So today we're looking at 4 books to help you develop your survival skills, your land navigation skills, communication skills, animal processing, general survival. So if you're interested in survival, whether you're outdoorsman, whether you're a prepper, survivalist, hunter, whatever you're into, we got 4 books today to go over that I wanted to share with you to help develop some critical skills. So first book we're looking at is the Baofeng Radio Survival Handbook. So this is written by Alex Ranger. It's essential communication skills to stay safe during emergencies, unforeseen disasters, and extreme outdoor activities. There's a lot of great information. Doesn't seem like a super thick book, but it is packed with a lot of great information. So it starts with an introduction to reliable communication, talks about radio communication concepts, things like UHF, VHF, how the radio signals work, talks about radio etiquette, two-way radio protocols, standard operating procedures, military radio communications, introduction to popular Baofeng models. So if you see all the different Baofengs out there, it talks about a few different ones. Key features and functions, how to program your radio. There's a lot of little options in there. Best practices for improving range and signal quality, developing an emergency communication plan, how to connect with emergency services, troubleshooting and maintenance, and give some real life scenarios and case studies. So the prime focus is the UV5R, which is one of the Baofeng radios. It's a handheld ham radio. I like the UV5Gs because they have a GMRS license, and those transmit on GMRS frequencies that also work with FRS frequencies. But all of that kind of information is in here. A lot of great tables to go through. One of the things I like in the book are all the different frequencies, right? So you have things like police emergency channels, 39.46 megahertz, FEMA disaster relief channel, 2-meter band simplex channel, space shuttle reentry and landing, UHF channel. So it has all your channels. It's a great channel guide for people that have, you know, your UV5Rs, your ham radios, your UV5Gs, any of those kind of radios. It's got a lot of great frequencies, a lot of great information, even just how to do maintenance on the radio. So highly recommend, even if you're not big on Baofeng, has a lot of good info in it. Might help you out, learn how to be better at doing communications, analog communications. So the next book is The Pocket Guide to Field Dressing with Steve Gilbert. Ron Cord, Steve Gilbert. It is a small book. It was maybe a little smaller, compact, you could say, than I expected, but it does have good information in it. If you've never processed an animal before, if you think it's something you might want to be able to know how to do, first thing you got is your basic tools, things like hunting saw, sharp knife, field sharpener, hand axe. Kind of goes into some of the different tools you need, gets into a little bit about anatomy. It's good to know anatomy of an animal if you're processing an animal. Talks about field dressing, things like skinning, how to properly skin an animal. More on field dressing here, skinning. Boning's a little bit different than skinning, so you've got some boning, a lot of little pictures, a lot of descriptions, how to pack the meat out, and then it has a whole section on birds. So it's just a good little book. So if you never processed an animal before, you want some reference material, you want to have that skill, right? Processing animals, field dressing animals is a skill, and you can kind of get that skill and keep it in your pocket if you've never done it before. So a good little book to have, but certainly is a little book. This one was a lot. There's a lot of information in here. Be an expert with map and compass, the complete orienteering handbook by Bjorn. I'll say Kellstrom, but I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Bjorn. Lot of information in here. It starts with the history of maps, which I know I love the little history lessons. Talks about different types of maps, things like topographical maps, orienteering maps, recreation maps. Gets in how to read maps properly, how to travel by maps. So I mean, if your life experience is knowing where to turn left, turn right, but you're interested in actually being able to get out in the world and navigate and understand and look at maps, Absolutely excellent book to read, but it also gets into compasses. The origin, talks about the history of the compass, what an orienteering compass is, gets in how to properly use a compass, how to navigate with a compass and map, and competitive orienteering. So it's actually a skill. There's a lot of information here. There's a lot more to it than just listening to the GPS, right? If you need to know how to actually get out and navigate, how to use a map properly, how to use a compass properly, how not to get lost in the woods, this is a great book to read. It's a lot of info. Read through it, keep it in your library, just in case you ever need to do navigation. It has exercises in it you could do. It talks about different orienteering exercises that they do, events. So it's a whole thing, whole skill. Certainly worth looking at, having in your library, read through it, learn another new skill. So this last one is kind of fun in as much as it has good information. It's the worst case scenario survival handbook, expert advice for extreme situations, and I hope none of you are ever found in most of these situations. You've got some extreme stuff like how to jump from a bridge or cliff into a river, how to jump from a building into a dumpster, how to maneuver on top of a moving train and get inside, how to jump from a moving car. So you've got some extreme stuff, but other things as well. Maybe how to survive a snake attack, how to fend off a shark, how to escape from a bear, to things like how to win a sword fight. So ton of information in here, how to survive a flaming cell phone. So lots of good stuff. Like I said, it's fun in the sense that some of it's a little silly, right? You know, hopefully you're never jumping from a car. How to wrestle free from an alligator. It's got the steps. First one, if you're having to wrestle free from an alligator, first step is hug it. If the alligator gets you in its jaws, you must prevent it from shaking you or from rolling over. These instinctual actions cause severe tissue damage. If you're on land or even in water, though it may be more difficult, try to wrap your body part not being held around the alligator as if you're giving it a hug. So it'll make it more difficult for the alligator to shake or twist. So you've got struggle, hit the snout. It's got the picture if you're not sure where to hit the alligator. How to escape from killer bees. So just a ton of information, right? How to survive a drone attack, military-style drone attacks. Those are a thing. So it's a fun book, something you could read through, get a lot of information, maybe have a chuckle, but some of it's good survival. How to survive an earthquake, right? So a lot of good information. How to survive nuclear fallout. We've done a couple videos on that. How to survive heat exhaustion. So a ton of information in here. Kind of fun because some are a little bit silly. So once again, four books to learn those critical survival skills. These were all really individual skill-based books. Great to have in your library, important skills to have. I got the pigs coming in to attack me, I think, here, or just they want to hang out a little bit. Pigs are coming. So I'll wrap up there. As always, thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.